Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Marissa Indigo of Divine DNA Blueprint Mystery School, and today we are going to dive deeply into Chinese New Year for 2025. So I wanted to give us a few days to kind of sense, feel in, start to get a little bit of an idea of this entirely new energy with which we find ourselves. So Chinese New Year also coincided with the new moon in Aquarius on Wednesday, January 29th, and we transitioned from the dragon energy to the Yin Wood Snake. Quite a very interesting and unique blend of these energies, because you could almost say the reptile realm here, that kingdom of animals here on Earth, and the lizards, they're still a dragon energy, but they're close to Earth. They're here on the planet in the physical plane. So it's a massive shift from a much more aggressive and fast moving energy, hence energy, intense subject matter that we've been working through, shifts and changes. It's much more chill, this energy, yet still present, still aware, and practical. The slow living lifestyle here in the body. So embodiment, the physical, bringing it all down to earth. If you're familiar with the slow living movement as a lifestyle of being more present, more here in the body as the focus, really be here now. So it's a total shift from the fast paced kind of flying through space, the skies, the celestial realms. Now we're going to take everything that we've learned, that we have discovered or perhaps let go of, new revelations and these shifts and changes. We're going to bring it all down to earth now. So everything we learned, discovered, and dreamed is now going to come down to earth. It is time to take all of that wisdom, information, and step into our self-mastery here. It's time to become and to build. So this is really a shift out of the cerebral, more ethereal, conceptual, and here onto earth for your experience to be molded like clay. And so we're getting to work in a whole new way, combining the energetic with the physical. And this is a feminine energy, so more yin, right? It's literally the yin wood. It's also grounded. You think about the energy of the tree, deeply rooted into Gaia, into the earth, and yet there's a levity, there's an extension, a reaching upwards the cosmos. And so it's a very grounded and balanced, slower moving energy. So we have to learn how to slow down after flying so fast. And this zodiac is representing the slow growth, the stable, practical steps, while all of the other energies of all of the photonic light and the high frequencies are moving very fast. So calling presence, stillness, in the moment awareness. The video that I put out on the nano, the teachings of the nano, of how to really come into 0 point centeredness. A lot of meditation, right? Embodiment practices, the Tai Chi Gong. And so you want to feel into the behavior, the wisdom of the snake energy as an animal totem or spirit totem for us. So the snake travels with its belly on the earth. And that is one of the most amazing yoga poses, yin restorative poses you could ever do, is to just lay on your tummy on the yoga mat. If you can do it outside, if the weather is permitting, awesome. But just lay on your tummy on the floor and feel how grounded and how close and also how supported and held you feel by the elemental of earth. Also, the snake sheds its skin, right? So this is a 9-year. There's going to be a lot of activations, a lot of cycles of completions, endings, and new beginnings. So there's some of that fast momentum. So it's a very interesting combination for all the different energy currents that are going on in our self-mastery to live through this beautiful zodiac medicine of the Chinese zodiac, the Yin Wood Snake, while also doing quantum jumping. So it's really about learning how to live at home now in our bodies on a whole new level. Snake lays in the warm sun, it rests a lot, it eats less, and it also navigates using its sensory system, its highly attuned nervous system and psychic senses to feel vibration, and also a sense of psychic smell through its tongue to discern, to travel, to move, to make decisions. So there is a sensitized calling here to really tune in and be sure that we're using all of our skills, all of our tools to find that calm, centered place in order to navigate effectively and also safely with this, there's the Kundalini Shakti energy flow with the snake energy. So massive revelations of more consciousness, more realms are going to be opening up for us the more that we stay centered and soft with our hearts open. So this is a very feminine energy, and as it's releasing, it's also clearing a lot of blockages and also bringing things up. So anything that's repressed, distortion. There's a new form here of the sacred feminine liberation, kind of this fierce feral component also coming when maybe it's new for an individual to work through their emotional rage or feeling dominated. So whether you're a man or woman, the sacred feminine energies are getting activated and provoked and want to be released and allowed to run their course through you. And so your mastery has to come from a space of allowing that to flow naturally, and also do it in a way that is respectful, that's honoring yourself and honoring others. So a lot more private time to perhaps do some of this kind of processing. The primal scream therapy is amazing. I did a video on primal scream and how powerful that can be to unlock your throat. There's also a very powerful womb and cervical connection for women with the throat chakra. They're actually identical in the physiological structures of the tissues. Very fascinating. So there's going to be a lot of release, right? And again, this is energy of, like the trees, up from the root. So starting at the root and then reaching up, traveling in the upwards flow, the upwards direction. So there's going to be a really amazing harmonic here that's invited between both energies of masculine and feminine. So you may feel the fierceness or that feral rage rise if you have never used your voice or taken a stand before. And it's important to work with that energy. Anger and rage are very sacred energies when used consciously, so they're not destructive, they're actually creative and touch on your genius creativity and innovations and finding new earth solutions. So it's very important that we maintain the sense of groundedness and centeredness so that you're perceiving clearly, so that you're not then actually being used for your energy for a narrative. So full sovereignty with this. The Kundalini is a life force energy, and this is your power to create or destroy, right? So also deeper layers of this, when we talk about collective distortion and karma, immense clearings of the female sex, sexual woundedness and shame, distortion, and the womb work, the womb clearing, the womb stargate work is going to be so massive this year if you're interested in that. I remember I started in 2016 and the word still felt weird and foreign to me. I did feel weird about it, but I was called. It felt very important. So this is the year that I'm going to be really sharing the Holy Womb Chakra activation teachings to support ancestral clearing. If you're called to serve women, as a Holy Womb Chakra activator, if you're really feeling the womb grids, your desire to activate your sacred divine mother components within yourself and assist others to do so as a catalyst, this is a powerful way to support massive global healing. And this is going through our history. So it goes back essentially to separation, which is a really long time if we're looking at this through the lens of time. It's going through all of our lineages here on Earth, and then galactic history, all the way to separation from source. These distortions are in men and women. And so, like I say, it's from the fall, millions of years ago. You can explore the Orion and the Pleiades histories. So this is something that humans are acting out, not knowing. And it's prevalent in all of the major industries. It's where the root chakra energy and the Kundalini energy are being expressed in the most distorted, or we would say base, like the lowest potential ever is being utilized. So manipulation, power and control, domination. Look at all of the industries that are connected to the sexual energy. And it's not only sexual related industries, but the transferring of money as well. So this affects every single industry. And this is part of the transformation of humanity into the new era, the new paradigm, and really bringing forth the highest aligned, much more conscious systems for everybody. So no more of this kind of parasitic energy, this feeding on, causing mayhem and chaos and emotional disturbance. So you see how important it is that we really start to claim and truly devote ourselves to our mastery every day to clear. And so it's like this is our individual ability and responsibility to support the collectives very quickly. Actually, the more of us that sign on for this, to do this ancestral clearing, the ultimate act of self-love, this embodiment process, the holy womb chakra, the womb work, the more of us that do this, it's rippling through the collectives. The more of us that clarify, the more powerful we all become as one. So this is very deep, and when we talk about these distortions, just to touch on them, one more kind of way of speaking about them, there's this parasitic virus, and it's separated from God. So it is of not God energy, not divine energy. It's a separated energy. You could say Luciferian, however you want to look at that energy, but it is a void, and it is seeking to be at one and doesn't know how. So it becomes parasitic because it's trying to find its way home to the light, but it is the most unconscious. So it can't see more conscious paths to oneness, to self-love. And so there's this parasitic component here. And it's like a virus, a consciousness virus that spreads through people, through industries. There's grooming. So this is a deep topic. It's definitely a dark rabbit hole, but it's very important for us to look at and also be so appreciative of, wow, look at how the universe sets it all up. Now we all get to do the deepest collective and individual root chakra clearing of all time. Now we're getting into the deep nitty-gritty work that we promised, that we signed up to do here, to ascend a planet together, to ascend collectives together, to anchor an entirely new paradigm and basically rebirth this planet to a paradise planet. And to be frank, New Earth, Gaia, those frequencies are already there. She's already ascended. We have to catch up. So we have to clear the matrix from our bodies. And that's the root chakra clearing. So some of this virus of unconsciousness can look like self-hatred, perversion, violence. So this is truly life-changing work this year. All about the body, all about the energy, all about your mastery. And so it can be challenging because you're still in the same home perhaps, right? You're still going through the motions of living the same life. So everything may look the same at surface level, but there's a lot of shifts happening in the energy and through you, asking you to show up differently. All kinds of examples that you will know. You have been hearing them, and it's time to trust them, trust yourself. So serving the collectives while you clear your own karma, and while you also integrate all the lineages, clearing your channels to then make the space to embody your highest pure creator energy. So that's the end goal of all of this, is to become this angelic avatar consciousness, ascended master in form here, which you actually are. It's just buried under separation. So we're clearing the separation. Another really important aspect of the medicine of the snake is you think about their vertebrae and their spine, their skeletal structure, the serpentine, undulating, or spiral movements of all of creation, and how important that is to move in a spiral, walk in a spiral, visit a labyrinth. And the spinal structure of the snake, they never have to go to the chiropractor. If they get out of alignment, they just do a little wiggle and move on. So this is also an amazing example of our own potential when it comes to alignment on all levels of our being, including our physical body. They never have to go to the chiropractor, right? And so it's showing you the potentials for yourself and also the importance of the spinal work, right? The spine, the vertebrae for humans are 33 discs, 33 vertebrae, 33 gates. There's a lot of amazing mystery school embedded activation in the spine. So that spinal work and prana and life force. The spine itself is also this crystalline plasma super information highway of data flowing through our being. And all of this goes into the physical body care, the restorative yoga, so spinal twists and stretching and flexibility, all of that physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual balance of our being to really feel like bliss embodied, all there in the codes of the spine with snake energy. Coming back into the embodiment of our highest and most beautiful divine energies and consciousness as a pure creator energy. These are some benefits of the womb work and the holy womb chakra activation. And it's important to mention that women have the physical womb and a different energy with how the body is made. And so we have a physical holy womb chakra, and men have an etheric one. So men have one too, and you just work with it a little bit differently because it's near your belly button there on your body, and it's the connection to your mother's womb and so on all the way to the divine. And women, we have it inside and outside. Some of the benefits here, this is all about the most potent clearing practice one could ever engage in their life. It's a sacred science from ancient India, from the rishis. It's a technology of the avatars and the ascended master beings, and has been hidden. It had to be hidden for several thousand years. During the Dark Ages, they had to hide these systems. This is a quantum yogic science of beautiful mantra, which is the light language, singing, and different practices that are very simple, and you do them, you commit to do them for 180 days or 60 days or 120 days or 90 days. It depends on your lineage and the distortions of the family karma that you are clearing. So you do it however long you need to purify. Some of the benefits here: heal heartbreak and past relationships, attract aligned soul relationships, and that could be business, soul family. Also, if you're still in the space of working through any kind of conscious partnership with another on a romantic level. Clear and transform negative patterns or habits. Very powerful for clearing addictive behavior or compulsive behavior. Also to explore your dharma of your sacred life purpose. To support the healing for your children and your ancestral lineage. To get in touch with your creativity, your passion, and your gifts, and to be able to remove the blockages held inside, or where our heart is shut down, where our root is constricted, to then unlock and open the channels within your body, your light body, to your abilities, your gifts and abilities as a creator being here. And that brings in the cities or the superpowers of the master levels of our life. And also your frequency becomes a blessing of divine love for others. Your presence, because you're fully in your presence. You're devoting yourself to your godliness, your divinity. So that's a beautiful grid work. This also assists you with this Christed consciousness state of service, of just being in your crystalline, in your most pure and love. This unlocks higher levels of divine gifts. This also will assist you to activate your sacred feminine, so you have developed a permanent, very visceral connection with Mother Divine in her many, many forms. Also supports you if you are called to have children, to consciously create, to welcome forth the space. You're creating the space for enlightened children, spiritually enlightened children, the advanced star beings, right? And we are all this, and you can do it consciously. So we came no matter what our parents did or didn't do, right? But in this time and age, even more wonderful to consciously bring about, to welcome in this soul into your life. And also can heal your relationships with your grown children, which is very important. So assist you as a powerful magnetic force of divine creation. Because of the purification that occurs with this, it assists you to align your realities. It assists you in the materialization of your dreams and its desires, but it's the ones that are of the highest. So not ego desires. This is all highest aligned with divine will. These are old world words, but we're using them to describe, and we're also saying, but it's at the purest level, about manifestation or materialization. Because you're unified, you're more potent. If you're unified and you're at one, this is a natural part of the creator ability. It's just different in that it's purified. It's not from the ego's desires. So that's all about working with this energy in the most profound way that I am honored to share. So thank you. Another focus this year, I started to touch on just the body itself, the embodiment process, but this is coming down to earth, the soul descending into the body. So physical ascension for a lot of people going to begin, and perhaps the physical discomforts, the different sensations, tension, different things. So it's all about understanding and embracing that the body is our vehicle, our temple, our light ship for the soul, and thus it's the vessel here to, and the vehicle to be here on the physical planet. So we're bringing in these higher dimensions into the physical experience, and it's actually through the body. So we're birthing ourselves on New Earth through the body. So this is a lot of work with the light body. We just did a live Lightbody 101 you can check for. There's a lot of great information there for supporting your body and your light body. So it's the light body and the nervous system, which are two different parts of the same piece. So nervous system regulation is going to be very important. Breath work, energy work, the Tai Chi Gong kind of meditative movement energy practices, meditation in general. For a lot of us, this is a new experience of truly living in our body. So a lot's going to come up because we're in heightened frequencies that are bringing up belief systems about the body, or habits of thought like, oh, the body is dense and it hurts, there's pain in there, it's heavy and clunky and limited, I don't like it. We have a lot of shit with our body. It's just really good to understand this, that it's normal and not have judgment about it. Allow it to come up and say, well, I'm so thankful for this body. This is amazing, actually. You want to reframe what it really is. And you want to also see from multiple reasons, why we feel sometimes like, oh, it's so limited and clunky. Sure, it's a physical vessel. There are limits to the physical body, but not to our energy and not to our consciousness. Like there's, very, very interesting here. So for a lot of us, this is meeting our body for the first time in this new light. So restorative stretching is very encouraged, working with the rays of color and light, energy, breath. It's all going to be coming in one layer at a time. That's really assisting you to embody. And so I'm also offering the Lightbody Prana yoga, which is a system that came through me. So I have a yoga background and a physical trainer background and a hike guide. I'm very much enjoying being physical out there in nature and the embodiment. And in 2018 to 2019, my physical ascension started, and it started more with energy coursing through my spine, and that had to do with the Kundalini also. And for me, it was like burning. It was very intense. So I couldn't do normal yoga, and I would just lay there and ask for support, ask for solutions. And it was really beautiful because several of the master teachers whose work I had studied and the various philosophers and rishis came along with the Arcturians, and they showed me things to do for my body. So it became a system, a new system of yoga, which is just essentially very gentle stretching and breath, but you're working with the energy consciously. So it's truly heavenly. It's truly delicious to sink in and just lay. And it's mostly all on the floor. So it is the most relaxing. So it is yin, it is restorative, and you're breathing into these parts of your body where there's tension and feeling it unlock, feeling it open and expand, and you start to see how big your body really is on an energetic level when we're not holding and locking down anymore. And this all impacts our abilities to embody light and thus have our higher faculties come on as creator beings. So this is a beautiful time for mastery. The more that we invest into our bodies, the more energy we have, really. So it's the brighter and the stronger we become to build our new earth realities. This year, Yin Wood Snake coming to earth, working with the trees, the wood element, spending time in the forest, observing forests and the growth cycle of trees and groves of trees, the root system, branches. You want to really look at it as an energetic template. It's also, the tree of life activating in us, the Kundalini energy, a lot of emotional, deep clearing now, because we're all coming into our ascended awareness of who we really are. So it's free from where the stories made us feel heavy or stained. We're removing any of the stains from the consciousness in a way that it no longer detracts from our beingness. We're not giving power away to it. We are integrating more and more pieces of ourselves. So we will always appreciate, understand from a higher perspective of awareness why whatever occurred did, that we signed up for it all to learn. And now to finish the cycle of learning, we're going to shed the skin of how it adversely affected us or was a cause for us for separation or limitation, if that makes sense. Also fun to think about, knowledge and the ancient mystery schools and the self-mastery process. So the Melchizedek energy was actually coming in amazing, and the Magi, the wisdom teachers of the ancient days that we actually all are. We have these aspects within. So the Magi were coming through so strongly on Wednesday, on the new moon, when we transitioned into this Chinese New Year. I was just like, wow, this is so beautiful. It's a very sacred energy. A lot of support here for us to remember so much. And it's really beautiful, and it offsets the hard work that this can be when we are receiving such beautiful information of truth and light, right? To assist us to then balance out the density, the distortion, and it's a wonderful yin yang. So there's harmony. Harmony is being restored, right? And we have to do the work for it. But it's amazing, and the more we lean in and say yes and explore what the slow living lifestyle means for us individually, having more energy, more presence, more passion and excitement, and all these beautiful levels of mastery, more peace, And also, you can rapidly transform yourself, rapidly transform your life and your reality and the entire planet at large for the highest beautiful outcome, soul aligned divine outcomes for all of creation. So it's truly quite the initiation for us collectively, and the way through is through the body. We have a lot of wonderful resources to support you. We've got amazing breathwork videos on this channel, mantras, support for strengthening your different faculties and psychic gifts, the emotional clearing. We also have a lot of resources on the Mystery School site itself, all for the self-mastery and the ascension process. And I'm going to share also in the description box the information about the Holy Womb Chakra activation process. If you want to do that with me, it's amazing. And Lightbody Prana Yoga, if you want to start one layer at a time, activating your angelic DNA and bringing the light into your body in a whole new way, bringing a new level of awareness. And we bring in a lot of symbolism as well with all the body parts, the metaphysics. So it's an amazing mastery school course, but it's through the body. You're traveling through the body. It's really quite an amazing technology, a light body technology that we're so thankful to the masters for. And welcome to this year. Welcome to mastery. Welcome to slowing down. Welcome to comprehending on whole new levels now of awe, really, true awe and amazement at what it really means to be here and to be a soul in a body having a physical experience. There's just so much magic that is coming with all of this. Yes, it is hard work, but it is the most liberating and joyous, and every breakthrough brings incredible expansions and insight and creative ideas, more connections. So it is truly blissful. Each expansion is blissful, and we just keep going. So I thank you all for tuning in. Wishing you an amazing experience, and I will see you soon for the next broadcast. Namaste.